Welcome back to Journey to Baby Jordan. Today we are going to talk about topical steroid withdrawal. And the reason we are talking about that today is because I'm having to take Rainier off creams because it is starting to thin out his skin and change the color of his skin, like it's dying off his part of his skin. It's not going to do the whole skin, but that is like one of the first signs if y'all see this right here. So it took me a minute to realize that our oldest son, we had to take him off when he was 6 months old. Now, when we took him off of that, I took him off of moisturizers and his skin got really, really dry and it's like started to itch and peel, and then it's like a new layer of skin appeared. For our oldest son, Cortisha, it did not take him that long to do another layer of skin. We weren't putting it on as strong, and like I said, I pulled it off when he was 6 months old. Rainier is almost 21 months, and I pulled him off a couple days ago, and he is going through typical steroid withdrawals. It's extremely itchy. His skin is literally getting so dry when he scratches. It's just like flakes everywhere. But the good news is I'm already seeing new skin underneath. So if you look at the past couple videos I put out of him, his skin looks a little rough and inflamed. And it's because when you go through steroid withdrawal, your skin looks like you have ate something that you are allergic to. It's going to mimic those things so you get more cream. When you get more cream, it goes away. When you don't give him cream for a week or two, these redness and red bumps come back. And so we're going ahead and getting him off of them now because I told them earlier that his main problem was just regular eczema. It was not severe at all. And food allergies. So if we had managed his eczema and his food allergies, we wouldn't have these skin problems. And they added the cream on top of it when technically he needed a temporary cream for how bad. He did need a cream at first because his skin was extremely inflamed and itchy and bad, because of all the things that he was allergic to that he had in his system. So I am having to once again advocate for my child and take him off. His skin looks so much better. Look at his skin since he's been off the creams, y'all. And go back and look at the past couple videos at his skin. Y'all see what I'm saying? This was right here, the purple one. The purple that was dark purple all the time, y'all. When I say you got to advocate for your children what you think is best, because a doctor will swear up and down, they have to have this, they have to have that. They were telling me to put him on the steroid asthma, but he has not even had a full asthma test yet because he's not old enough. And when I asked the other doctor, what would be the main thing that would say, we need to put him on this? And he was like, well, I'm not a professional. I don't see him having asthma, asthma attacks. But if he has them a couple times, he should be on it. That's not a good enough excuse. Just because someone is having asthma attacks, you don't put them on steroid asthma. If they have an asthma pump and it works, but he just has asthma flare-ups sometimes, that's not a good enough excuse. My thing is, if you say, look, if we are doing everything we can and he is having asthma attacks and asthma attacks and asthma attacks and his pump is not working, that is what lets us know that there is something that's not pushing it down enough for him. And at this time, we kind of need to look and see what's best for him. What is, working best. If the asthma pump is doing good, we can stick there for a while. But if it seems like it's not doing best, then maybe we need to try this $100, $180 asthma pump a month on top of everything else that you're buying and see if it'll help. If you're telling me that you just assume that we need to put him on there because he's having asthma, that shit don't make sense. Y'all advocate for y'all kids, because if y'all don't know how much I go through working with this child. I have to cook every single meal fresh, everything that I do. And everybody tells me keep doing what you're doing. It's the best. But when I ask questions, I'm just supposed to go along with everything. I'm not that person. You got to break it down to me in dummy terms. Don't just say the doctor terms. Break it all the way down. Let's start at the beginning and work it up. While you're telling me I have to put my son on something that if he's on, he has to stay on. But you can't explain to me right now why exactly he needs to be on there. He just needs to be on. That's not good enough, because that's why he's in the position he's on now. Y'all look at his face. Look how clear it is. And that's because I did what I had to do. That typical steroid withdrawal is real. Like, it turns your skin into like a lizard dry skin, and you have to scratch that off. You cannot put moisturizer on top of that, or what it does while the skin is dry and cracking, you're just putting moisturizer on top of already what's going to have to be scratched off skin. So think about that, okay? They're not explaining none of this to nobody when they give it to you. You have to go through it yourself. If you know anybody who is on typical steroid cream, they need to see this video. Because some people will tell you, do it every 2 weeks. With Rainier, as soon as he gets out the shower, just slather it on him. Do it as many times a day as you need. And then me and him have to go through years later the effects. If I had not taken him off of this cream, y'all, you can YouTube it. You educate, research for yourself. A typical steroid withdrawal on YouTube and see what my baby is going through. The itch is so bad, it's to the bone. It's like you're itching and burning to your bone. This is withdrawal of creams that mimics eczema. This is something that really needs to be talked about, because a lot of people think that they have to keep giving their kids creams when the cream is mimicking the thing you were putting it on for. Think about that again. I did not want this video to be long, but this is a really educational video because it's real. If he's young enough for his skin to rejuvenate, but some of these older people, y'all, their legs swell up. They have rows of skin. It tears them up. And literally they're red and blistered from head to toe almost. Research on YouTube, typical steroid withdrawal. And if you know someone who's on it, bless you. Bless you. Share this video. Y'all have a blessed day.